3 months ago, I didn't know bunkers like this existed. 3 months ago, I was sleeping in my apartment in Tacoma, worrying about whether I'd paid the electric bill on time. The door is 15 feet of reinforced steel set into the mountain like someone punched a safe into solid rock. I found it 2 days ago. Pure accident. I wasn't looking for salvation. I was looking for somewhere the smell of death didn't reach. Let me back up. My name is Derek. I'm 31. I used to install garage doors for a living, which sounds stupid now, but it's probably why I'm still breathing. I know locks. I know how things seal. I know when a door will hold and when it won't. When everything went to hell, I was at my ex-girlfriend's place trying to get my PlayStation back. We were arguing in her kitchen. She was saying I gave it to her. I was saying I let her borrow it. The TV was on in the background. Local news. Some reporter standing outside Harborview Medical Center talking about a violent patient outbreak. Attacks on staff. I wasn't really listening. Then her neighbor started screaming. Not like startled screaming, like something was eating him screaming. Vanessa went to the window. I grabbed her arm and pulled her back. I don't know why. Instinct, maybe. The screaming got worse, and then it stopped, and we heard wet sounds. Chewing sounds. I locked her apartment door. We watched the news for 6 more minutes before the broadcast cut out. That was September 9th. I stayed in her apartment for 4 days. We used her bathtub for a toilet after the water stopped running on day 2. We ate her roommate's meal prep chicken and rice. We didn't talk much. On the 4th day, something broke through the apartment below us, and we heard people running, lots of feet, moving fast, wrong rhythm. We left through the window and went down the fire escape. Vanessa didn't make it to the parking lot. I don't want to talk about that part. I got to my truck. A 2015 Silverado with a camper shell I'd bought off Craigslist specifically because the previous owner had reinforced the shell with extra locks. I had a half tank of gas. I drove south. I didn't have a plan. Everyone else was driving north toward the mountains or east toward the passes. But I grew up in Oregon, and I remembered there were logging roads. Old routes. Places people forgot about. I survived the first month by moving. I'd find a house, break in, take what I could carry, sleep in the truck, move again. I learned things. The infected don't climb well. They can't figure out doorknobs, but they can break through drywall if they want to bad enough. They follow sound more than sight. They travel in groups, but not like packs. More like they all heard the same noise and went toward it. I got good at being quiet. Supply stores were a nightmare. Everyone had the same idea. Walmart was a graveyard. Costco was worse. I found a Fred Meyer in Olympia that hadn't been completely cleaned out. I got canned soup, batteries, a first aid kit that was missing half its contents. Someone had taken all the water but left sports drinks. I loaded up. I slept in the truck bed that night, and something tried the camper door around 2 a.m. I had a tire iron. I didn't open the shell. I listened to it scratch at the lock for 30 minutes before it wandered off. I didn't sleep after that. Gas became a problem. I started siphoning from abandoned cars. You need a tube and gravity and a strong stomach. The first time I got a mouthful and threw up behind a Honda Civic for 10 minutes. You get used to it. I avoided people. The few survivors I saw were either desperate or dangerous, and I couldn't tell which until it was almost too late. A guy in Centralia tried to trade me sexual favors for half my food. He looked sick. I drove away. A woman near Chehalis shot at me from a farmhouse window. I didn't stop. I kept moving south. By November, I was running out of places to look. I'd stripped 3 houses, found a hunting cabin that had been ransacked. The truck was burning oil. I was down to a quarter tank, and I hadn't seen an intact gas station in 2 weeks. That's when I found the logging road. It wasn't on my map. Just a gap in the trees off Highway 12 with a rusted Forest Service sign that said, "No outlet." I figured no outlet meant no people meant maybe something worth finding. I drove until the road became gravel, then dirt, then barely a path. The truck died 3 miles in, just sputtered and stopped. I checked everything I knew how to check. Fuel line, battery. Nothing worked. I was stuck. I took what I could carry. My backpack with food, a gallon jug of water, the tire iron, a flashlight, a box cutter I'd been using as a knife. I started walking. The forest was quiet, real quiet. No birds, no wind. Just my boots on dirt and my breathing. I walked for maybe an hour before I saw the fence. Chain link, 8 feet tall, topped with barbed wire. It ran perpendicular to the path and disappeared into the trees on both sides. There was a gate, but it was chained shut. The chain was new. Stainless steel. Someone had locked this recently. I followed the fence west. It curved with the mountain slope. After a quarter mile, I found where a tree had fallen on it. The fence was bent down enough to climb over if you were careful. I was careful. On the other side, the ground changed. Less undergrowth, more rock. I was walking uphill now and my legs were burning. I finished the water. I kept going. That's when I saw it. The door. It was set into the mountainside like something out of a movie. Concrete frame, steel door, hinges the size of my forearm. There was a keypad mounted on the right side. Dead. No lights. I pressed buttons anyway. Nothing. I tried the handle. Locked, obviously. I sat down on a rock and looked at it. Someone built this. Someone with money and fear and a plan. Someone who thought they could wait out the end of the world behind 15 feet of steel. The lock was military grade. Probably biometric or coded. I didn't have tools. I didn't have explosives. I had a tire iron and a box cutter. I walked around the door, ran my hands along the concrete frame. There was a gap where the frame met the rock. Narrow, maybe an inch. I could see darkness inside. The door was built to keep people out. But doors need hinges. Hinges need bolts. And bolts are only as strong as what they're bolted into. I started digging. The rock was softer than it looked. Sedimentary, crumbly. I used the box cutter to scrape at the gap around the hinge bolts. It took hours. My fingers bled. The sun went down and I worked by flashlight. I got one bolt exposed, then another. The tire iron fit into the gap. I levered it, put my whole weight on it. The bolt shifted, just a millimeter. I did it again, and again. It gave around midnight. The second bolt came faster. With both top bolts out, the door sagged on its bottom hinge. I wedged the tire iron under the door and pulled. Metal screamed. The bottom hinge bent. The door tilted. There was a gap now. 2 feet. Enough. I squeezed through. The air inside was stale but clean. My flashlight beam cut through dust floating in the dark. I was in a corridor. Concrete walls, LED strips along the ceiling. Dead. I walked forward. The corridor opened into a room, 30 feet across, shelves along the walls. I moved the light across them. Cans, rows and rows of cans, soup, vegetables, fruit, tuna, chicken, beans. I picked one up. Campbell's tomato soupy, expiration date 2027. My hands were shaking. There was more. A medical station. Cabinets with red crosses. I opened them. Bandages, antibiotics, painkillers, antiseptic, sutures, a full surgical kit still in plastic, water tanks, 5 of them, industrial size. I turned a spigot. Water came out, clean. I drank until my stomach. hurt. There was a weapon rack, 3 rifles, 2 shotguns, a handgun, boxes of ammunition stacked underneath. I'd never fired a gun in my life, but I'd learn. I kept exploring. There was a living area, bunk beds, 4 of them. A small kitchen setup with a camping stove and propane tanks. A bathroom with a composting toilet and a shower that didn't work. There was a radio room, ham radio equipment, a generator, solar panel controls, battery banks. The batteries were dead. I found the problem after an hour of looking. The solar panels were outside. Somewhere. The cables ran through a conduit in the ceiling. Inside there was a junction box. Someone had disconnected the battery bank, just unplugged it. Maybe on purpose. Maybe they were troubleshooting and never finished. I reconnected it. Nothing happened. Then I remembered. Solar panels need sun. It was night. I'd have to wait. I went back to the food, opened a can of chili with a box cutter, ate it cold. It was the best thing I'd tasted in 2 months. I slept on one of the bunks. Real sleep. Safe sleep. When I woke up, the LED strips were on. Dim, flickering, but on. The batteries were charging. I cried for maybe 20 minutes. That was 2 days ago. Now I'm here. I've inventoried everything. There's enough food for 6 months if I'm careful. A year if I ration hard. The water filtration system works. There's a manual pump that pulls from an underground spring. I tested it. Clean water. Endless. The guns are a problem. I found manuals. Military training PDFs on a laptop that was connected to the solar battery. The laptop works. Slowly, I've been reading. How to load. How to aim. How to clean. I took one of the rifles outside yesterday and fired it at a tree. The recoil knocked me on my ass. The noise echoed through the valley. I ran back inside and locked the broken door as best I could. Nothing came. I'm trying to fix the radio. It's complex. There's a manual, but half of it assumes you know things. I don't. I got static yesterday, just for a second. Then nothing. I'm close, though. I can feel it. The bunker has other things. A library, actual books, survival guides, medical textbooks, fiction. Someone spent a lot of money on this place and then never came. Or came and left. Or died before they could use it. There's a logbook. I found it in the radio room. The last entry is dated March 2019. System check complete. All functions nominal. Estimated supply duration, 18 months solo, 8 months family of 4. Secondary cached GPS coordinates logged. God willing, we never need this place. JB. JB never came back. I'm using this place now. His place. Her place. Their place. I don't feel guilty. Guilt is a luxury. I've been thinking about the fence, about the new chain. Someone locked that gate after everything fell apart. Recently. Which means someone else knows about this place. Or knew. Maybe they're dead. Maybe they're not. I reinforced the door as best I could. Dragged a shelf unit in front of it. It won't stop someone determined, but it'll slow them down. I sleep with the rifle next to the bunk now. I'm getting better with it. The solar panels are charging the batteries at about 60% efficiency. Some of the panels must be damaged. Or dirty. I can't get to them. They're on top of the mountain somewhere. There's an access hatch, but it's locked from the outside. Security measure, probably. Can't have someone sabotaging your power from inside. I've been eating 1 meal a day. Breakfast, usually soup or chili. I heat it on the propane stove. There are 20 tanks. That's maybe 4 months of cooking if I'm conservative. After that, it's cold food, but I've done cold food before. The composting toilet smells, but it works. There's a ventilation system. passive. Air comes in through hidden vents and goes out through others. I can feel the draft. The air tastes like stone and dirt, but it's breathable. I found a notebook. Blank, I've started writing. Things down. What I eat, what I do, how I feel. It helps. Talking to myself out loud was making me feel crazy. Day 3 in the bunker. I fixed the radio. Sort of. I got it powered on. The battery bank is holding charge now. Steady. The LED strips don't flicker anymore. I have light. Real light. I can turn it off and on with switches. It feels like magic. The radio is a Yaesu FT991A. I know that now because I read the manual cover to cover. Twice. It's a transceiver. Sends and receives. Multiple bands. HF, VHF, UHF. The manual talks about frequencies and propagation and atmospheric conditions. I don't understand most of it. I turned it on. Static. I adjusted the squelch. More static. I changed frequencies. Scanned through bands. Static, static, static. Then voices. Faint. Broken. A man speaking Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I kept scanning. More static. A weird rhythmic beeping. A woman saying numbers. Just numbers. Over and over. 7, 3, 9, 2, 7, 3, 9, 2. I tried transmitting. Pressed the button. Said, "Hello, this is Derek. I'm in Washington. Is anyone there?" Hello? Nothing. I tried different frequencies, different times of day. I left it scanning while I ate, while I read, while I slept. This morning I heard something. Fort Riley, supplies exhausted, moving to secondary, if anyone coordinate at, then static. I tried to respond. "This is Derek. I'm receiving you. Where are you? Can you hear me?" Nothing. But it's something. Someone's out there. Someone with a radio. Someone organized enough to have a secondary location. I'm going to keep trying. I went outside today. First time since I got the door open. I needed to see the area, understand the terrain, figure out if I'm really safe here. The door is a problem. I can't close it properly. The hinges are destroyed. I rigged a barricade. Branches, rocks. It looks natural from a distance. Maybe, I hope. The fence is a quarter-mile down the mountain. I went to the fallen tree, climbed over, walked back to where the truck died. It was still there, untouched. I checked the cab. My gym bag was in the back seat. Extra clothes, a pair of boots. My old phone, dead obviously. I took the clothes, left the phone. I tried the engine one more time. Nothing. I popped the hood, looked at things I don't understand. Something was corroded, green crusty stuff on the battery terminals. I didn't have tools to fix it. I closed the hood. I walked back to the road, stood there listening. Wind in the trees, a bird. First bird I'd heard in weeks. It sounded wrong, too loud. I didn't see any infected, didn't hear any. Doesn't mean they're not around. I found a gas station. 1.5 miles east. I walked there. Slow, watching. The station was gutted. Pumps smashed. Windows broken. Inside was trash and dried blood. The register was ripped open. Empty. There was a back room. Storage. Shelves knocked over. I found a can of Red Bull. A bag of beef jerky. Stale but sealed. A lighter. I took all of it. There was a map on the wall. Highway map. I tore it down, folded it, put it in my pocket. On the walk back, I saw a house, set back from the road, driveway overgrown. I approached carefully. Front door open. I looked inside. Someone had lived here recently. There was a sleeping bag on the couch, empty cans, a bucket of human waste in the corner. They were gone now. I checked the kitchen. Cabinets open, empty. I checked the bedrooms. Nothing. In the garage, I found a toolbox, socket set, wrenches, screwdrivers. I took it. Heavy, I carried it back to the bunker. My arms were shaking by the time I got there. I'm going to go back for the truck, fix it if I can. Having a vehicle changes everything. Mobility, options. I can make supply runs, find other places. I'm not stuck here. But part of me wants to stay stuck. It's safe here, quiet. The outside world is death and noise and hunger. In here I have food, water, light, a door, a lock. That's broken, but still a lock. I'm scared to leave. Day 7. I fixed the truck. Took 3 days. I had to walk back and forth. Carry tools. I cleaned the battery terminals with baking soda I found in the bunker kitchen. I checked the fuel filter. I replaced a corroded wire with one I stripped from a lamp. I don't know if that's what fixed it. I just kept trying things. This morning, it started. The engine coughed and turned over and roared, and I actually laughed. Sitting there in the driver's seat with my hands on the wheel laughing like an idiot. I drove it back to the bunker. Slowly. The road is rough. I parked it behind a stand of trees near the fence. Covered it with branches. It's not invisible, but it's hidden. I siphoned gas from 2 cars I found near the highway. Got maybe 10 gallons. That's 100 miles if I'm lucky. More if I drive slow. I'm planning a supply run. There's a town called Randall about 20 miles west. I checked the map. Population maybe 600. Small. Maybe not completely picked over. I'm terrified. But I'm going. I spent yesterday preparing. I loaded the rifle. Watched a YouTube video on the laptop about how to shoulder it properly, how to breathe, how to squeeze the trigger. There's no internet, obviously, but the laptop has downloads. Cached videos, survival stuff, medical procedures. I've been watching them at night. I made a list. Things I need, things I want. Need, more gas, more food, medical supplies, batteries, tools, ammunition. Want, coffee, a better knife, warmer clothes, books, soap, toothpaste. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, early. I'll drive slow, quiet. If I see infected, I'll turn around. If I see people, I'll avoid them. I'll be back before dark. That's the plan. Plans don't mean much anymore, but having one helps. I tried the radio again tonight. Scanned for hours. I heard the number woman, still saying the same numbers. I heard what sounded like music. Big band. Just for a second. Then gone. I heard a man screaming. At least, I think it was screaming. Could have been static. I transmitted. This is Derek. Bunker in the Cascade foothills. If anyone hears this, I have supplies. I have shelter. Respond on this frequency. I gave my coordinates. Read them off the GPS unit I found in the radio room. No response. I'll keep trying. Day 9. Randall was a mistake. I'm back now. I'm safe. But it was a mistake. I left at dawn. Drove with the headlights off. The road was empty. I passed cars. Some wrecked. Some just stopped in the road like the drivers got out and walked away. I didn't stop to check. I saw my first infected around mile marker 8. It was standing in the middle of the highway. A woman, maybe 40. She was wearing a bathrobe. It was torn, stained. She turned when she heard the truck. Didn't run. Just turned and started walking toward me. Slow. Her jaw was hanging wrong. I drove around her. She didn't chase, just watched me pass. I saw more. A group of them near an overturned semi. 5 or 6. They were crouched around something. Eating. I didn't slow down to see what. They looked up when I passed. One of them ran after me for maybe 50 yards, then stopped, went back to the others. Randall was worse than I expected. The main street was blocked, cars piled up, deliberate. Someone made a barricade. I parked 2 blocks away. Took the rifle, the backpack, I walked in. The town was dead, not empty. Dead. Bodies in the street, old, mummified. The smell was gone. Just dried meat and cloth. I stepped around them. Every building was broken into. I checked the grocery store. Shelves bare, coolers smashed. There was a body in the meat department. Fresher, bloated. I left. I tried a hardware store. Someone had fortified it. Boards over the windows. The door was reinforced with metal. It had been breached. The metal was bent. Claw marks, deep gouges. Inside was chaos. Shelves tipped, tools scattered. Blood on the floor, dried, brown. I found a hatchet. I found nails, a hammer. I found batteries. A&D, I took them. There was a pharmacy. I went there. The glass front was gone. Inside smelled like chemicals. The prescription counter was ransacked. I checked anyway. Found antibiotics, amoxicillin, a bottle of 30. Found painkillers, ibuprofen, aspirin. Found a bottle with no label. Pills inside, white, round. I took it. I'd figure out what they were later. I found a first aid kit, unopened. I took that too. I was in the back room when I heard the noise. Scratching, rhythmic, coming from the front of the store. I froze. The rifle was in my hands. I'd been carrying it, but not ready. Not really. I thumbed the safety off. I moved to the doorway, looked out. There were 3 of them. 2 men, 1 woman. They were moving through the aisles, not together, just near each other. The scratching was one of the men dragging his foot. Something wrong with his leg. Bone showing through the pants. They hadn't seen me. I backed up, slow. My boot hit something, a can. It rolled. Not loud, but loud enough. All 3 turned. The woman screamed. Not words, just noise. High and wet. She ran at me. I raised the rifle. I'd practiced this. Shoulder, cheek, breathe, squeeze. I pulled the trigger. The shot was deafening. The recoil hurt. The bullet went wide, punched through a shelf behind her. She kept coming. I worked the bolt, like the manual said. Ejected the casing, chambered another round, fired. This one hit. Center mass. She went down, slid across the floor, stopped moving. The 2 men were coming now, faster. I fired again, missed, fired again, hit one in the shoulder. He spun, fell, got back up. I ran, out the back, through a door into an alley. I heard them behind me, chasing, making sounds, grunting, snarling. I got to the truck, fumbled the keys, dropped them, picked them up, got the door open, got inside, locked it. They hit the truck 10 seconds later, the one with the broken leg, the one I'd shot in the shoulder. They were pounding on the windows, clawing at the glass, smearing it with blood and whatever else was on their hands. I started the engine, put it in reverse, floored it. The one with the broken leg went under the tire. I felt the bump, heard something crunch. I kept going, backed into a fence, put it in drive, drove. The other one chased me for a block, then stopped, stood in the middle of the road, watching. I drove back to the bunker, fast, shaking. I kept checking the rear view. Nothing followed. I'm inside now, door barricaded, hands still shaking. I killed someone today. Something. It used to be a person. Now it's not. I know that. But my hands won't stop shaking. I got supplies, though. Batteries, medicine, tools. I got out. I'm alive. I'm not going back to Randall. Day 12. I've been trying to process what happened. Writing helps. Talking to myself helps less, but I still do it. The woman I shot, she was infected. Gone. Nothing human left. I know that. I've seen enough of them to know. They don't think, don't feel. They just hunt and eat and make noise. Killing her was necessary. Survival. But I can't stop seeing her face. Right before I fired, there was nothing there. No recognition, no fear. just hunger and rage. Empty eyes. I threw up after I got back, just sat outside the bunker and puked until there was nothing left. Then I sat there for an hour staring at the trees. I'm not a killer. I installed garage doors. I played softball on weekends. I had a DUI when I was 23, and that's the worst thing I ever did before this. Now I've shot someone in the chest and drove over someone's legs, and I'm sitting in a bunker eating soup like it's normal. Nothing's normal. I inventoried what I got from Randall. The hatchet is good, sharp, better than the box cutter. The batteries fit the flashlight. The medicine is useful. The first aid kit has Israeli bandages. I watched a video about those. For heavy bleeding, I hope I never need them. The unmarked pills are a mystery. I looked them up in a medical guide on the laptop. Best guess is they're antibiotics. Different kind, or maybe anti-anxiety meds. I'm keeping them. I've been working on the bunker, making it more secure. I used the tools to reinforce the door. Put a crossbar made from a bunk bed frame. It won't stop someone with time and tools, but it'll slow them down. I organized the supplies. Food on one shelf, medicine on another, ammunition separate. I counted everything, logged it in the notebook. Canned goods, 347 cans. Various, soups, vegetables, fruits, meats. Water, 5 tanks. Roughly 200 gallons total, plus the filtration system. Medical, extensive. Enough to perform minor surgery if I had to. I won't. But it's there. Ammunition, 600 rounds. Mixed calibers. I don't know what half of them fit. Propane, 19 tanks remaining. I used one cooking. Batteries, now stocked. A ADC 9-volt. It's more than I need. For now. But eventually it'll run out. Everything runs out. I tried the radio again. Different approach this time. I'm not just scanning. I'm listening. Really listening. To the patterns, the sounds. The number woman is still there. Same frequency. Same numbers. I timed her. She repeats the sequence every 47 seconds. Exact. Which means it's automated. A recording. No one's actually there. The Spanish speaker is gone. I haven't heard him in days. But I found something new. A signal on 7.200 megahertz. It's not voice, it's data, I think. A series of tones. Fast, repeating. I recorded it on the laptop. Played it back, I don't know what it means. Could be nothing, could be important. I transmitted on that frequency. This is Derek. I'm receiving your signal. Please respond. No answer. I'll keep trying. I'm rationing the propane now. 1 meal a day cooked. The rest cold. It's not bad. Some of the soups are okay cold. The chili is better hot, but I can manage. I'm sleeping better. The bunk is comfortable. The bunker is quiet at night. No sounds from outside, no moans, no scratching. Just silence and the hum of the ventilation system. I'm starting to think long-term. What happens when the food runs out? The bunker is stocked for 6 months, maybe a year if I stretch it. Then what? There's a secondary cache. The logbook mentioned it. GPS coordinates. I checked the map. It's 40 miles northeast, in the mountains. Higher elevation. I could get there in the truck. Maybe, if the roads are clear, if I have gas. But that's months away. For now I'm here, safe, fed, alive. Day 15. Something's wrong with the solar panels. The battery bank isn't holding charge like it should. I'm getting maybe 4 hours of light per day now. Down from 8. The laptop is warning me about low power. I checked the connections. Everything inside looks fine. The problem is outside, on the mountain, the panels themselves. There's an access hatch. I found it yesterday. It's in the ceiling of the storage room. Locked with a padlock, I broke it with a hatchet. The hatch opens to a vertical shaft. Metal ladder rungs set into concrete. It goes up maybe 30 feet. I climbed it. Slowly. The rungs are cold. My hands were sweating. At the top is a door. Steel. It opens outward. I pushed. It didn't budge. I pushed harder. Something was blocking it from outside. I climbed back down. I'm thinking about what to do. I need those panels working. Without power, the laptop dies. The radio dies. The lights die. I go back to living in the dark. But going outside means exposure. Risk. I'd have to clear whatever's blocking the door, probably debris, branches. Maybe a tree fell on it. I'll do it tomorrow. Early. Fast. Get it done and get back inside. I'm nervous. I've been eating more. Stress eating. I caught myself opening a third can of peaches and stopped. Put it back. I can't afford to burn through supplies faster. I'm down to 341 cans. I've been here 15 days and eaten 6 cans. That's not sustainable. I need to ration better. 1 can per day. That's it. And I need to start thinking about hunting. Trapping. There are animals out there. Deer, rabbits. I've seen scat near the bunker. Fresh. I found a book about trapping. Old. From the 1970s. It talks about snares and deadfalls and trap lines. I read it cover to cover. I don't have wire for snares, but I have rope. I can make something. But that's later. First, the solar panels. I tried the radio again tonight. The data signal is still there. Still repeating. I've been thinking about it. What if it's automated? What if someone set up a beacon? A homing signal for survivors? Or what if it's a trap? I don't know. I'm going to keep monitoring it. I heard something else tonight. Brief. A voice. A man. He said, negative contact. Grid 7. Moving to 8. Military language. Formal. Grid numbers. Coordinates. I tried to respond. This is Derek. Civilian. I'm hearing you. Where are? You. Static. But he's out there. Someone organized. Someone with structure and protocol and a plan. Maybe there's still hope. Day 16. I went outside. The access door opens onto a flat section of the mountain, like a shelf cut into the rock. The solar panels are there. 12 of them. Angled south, covered in dirt and pine needles and bird shit. That was the problem. Not damage, just filth. I brought a rag, a bucket of water from inside. I climbed up, pushed the door open. It was heavy. Something had been on it. Branches. I shoved them aside, climbed out. The air was cold, clean. I could see for miles. Trees and mountains and sky. No smoke, no signs of life. Just wilderness. I cleaned the panels, wiped them down. It took an hour. My hands were numb by the time I finished. But they were clean. Shining. I could see my reflection in them. I climbed back down, closed the hatch, waited. 2 hours later, the lights were brighter. The battery bank showed 80%. Charging. It worked. I celebrated with a can of mandarin oranges. Cold. They were perfect. I'm feeling better today. More in control. I have power. I have food. I have shelter. I have a plan. The plan is simple. Survive. Monitor the radio. Build up skills. Learn to hunt. Learn to trap. Make this place sustainable. Wait for rescue, or wait for the world to stabilize, or wait until I can find other survivors. I'm not giving up. I found a journal in the library. Someone's personal journal. The pages are blank except for the first entry. It's dated June 2018. Started this journal to document the build. If anyone finds this, the bunker took 8 months and cost me everything. Divorce, bankruptcy. My kids won't talk to me. But I'll be ready. When it happens, I'll be ready. It's signed JB. JB built this place, ruined his life for it, and never used it. I'm using it now. living in someone's paranoid dream. And I'm grateful, which is fucked up, but true. I wonder where JB is. Dead, probably. Everyone's probably dead. But maybe not. Maybe he's out there, wishing he'd come here, regretting whatever choice kept him away. I hope he's alive. I hope he made it. But I'm not giving his bunker back. Day 20. I made a trap. It's crude. A snare loop made from paracord. I set it on a game trail I found near the fence. The trail has fresh tracks. Deer, small hoofprints. Maybe a doe. I followed the instructions from the book, found a sapling, bent it, tied the snare to the tension, set the trigger, a stick balanced on a notch. When something walks through the loop, the stick falls and the sapling snaps up and the loop tightens. That's the theory. I don't know if it'll work. I've never done this before. But I have to try. I checked it this morning. Nothing. I'll check again tomorrow. I've been going outside more. Short trips, I walk the perimeter, check the fence, listen. The forest is still quiet, but I've seen animals. A hawk yesterday, squirrels, crows, normal things. No infected. Not up here. The elevation might keep them away. Or maybe they're just elsewhere, drawn to population centers, to noise. I'm grateful either way. I've been thinking about the truck, about making another supply run. There's a sporting goods store marked on the map, 25 miles south. If it's not looted, I could get fishing gear, a better knife, cold weather gear, camping supplies. But after Randall, I'm hesitant. It's dangerous. Every time I leave, I risk not coming back. And for what? Things I want but don't need, I'm going to wait. Build up more skills first. Get better with the rifle. Practice shooting. I have ammunition. I should use it. I set up targets today. Cans on rocks at 50 yards. I fired 10 rounds, hit 3 cans. That's 30%. Not good enough. I need to be better. I tried again, focused on breathing, on trigger squeeze, not jerking, gentle pressure. I hit 5 out of 10. 50%. Better. The noise echoes. Noise, gunshots bounce off the mountains. I worry about it, about drawing attention. But I need the practice. I'll limit it. 10 rounds per day. Get efficient. The radio has been quiet. The data signal is still there. The number woman is gone. Just static now on her frequency. I miss her. Which is insane. She was a recording. But she was consistent. Proof that something was still working somewhere. Now there's just the data signal and occasional static bursts that might be interference or might be something else. I transmitted tonight. Long message. I said who I am, where I am, what I have. I said I'm alone. I said I'm listening. No response. I'm starting to think I'm the only one left. Day 23. The trap worked. I checked it this morning. There was a rabbit. Caught by the leg. Still alive. Kicking. Eyes wide. I didn't know what to do. The book said to kill it quickly. Blunt force to the back of the head. I'd read that part. I understood it intellectually. But standing there, looking at this animal struggling and screaming in a thin whistle, I froze. It took me 5 minutes to do it. I used a rock. I won't describe it. It was awful. But it's done. I brought the rabbit back. I'd never cleaned an animal before. I watched a video on the laptop. How to skin, how to gut, where to cut. It was messier than the video made it look. I got maybe a pound of meat. I cooked it on the propane stove. No seasoning, just meat. It was tough and gamey, and I ate every bite. Fresh protein. First I'd had in months. I felt sick after. Not from the meat, from the killing, from the skinning, from the wrongness of it. But also proud. I'd done something, provided for myself. Survived in a way that wasn't just hiding and eating canned soup. I reset the trap. I'll check it tomorrow. I'm trying not to think about the rabbit's eyes. Day 25. Another rabbit. Bigger this time. I killed it faster. Cleaner. I'm getting used to it. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I've been smoking some of the meat. I found a manual about food preservation. You can smoke meat to make it last. I don't have a smoker, but I rigged something. A metal bucket with holes punched in the bottom. Green wood for smoke. Hang the meat above it. It's working. Sort of. The meat tastes like burned wood, but it's not rotting. I'll call that a win. I'm eating less canned food. Saving it. The rabbit is sustaining me. I feel stronger. More alert. I've been exploring farther. There's a stream half a mile east. Clean water. I tested it with a filtration system. No contaminants. I could fish there, if I had gear. I'm adding that to the list. Things to get. Fishing line, hooks, maybe a rod. The sporting goods store. I'm thinking about it more. The risk versus reward. I need things. Tools, gear. Winter is coming. I need warmer clothes, better boots. These are falling apart. I'll go soon. But I'll be smarter this time. Scout first, watch, plan. No rushing in. The radio gave me something today. A voice. Clear. No static. A woman. She said, safe zone established. Fort Lewis, repeat. Safe zone established. Fort Lewis. Military personnel and civilians. Medical care, food, shelter, frequency 14.100 for coordination. Then it repeated. Fort Lewis. That's near Tacoma, maybe 70 miles from here. My hands were shaking when I grabbed the mic. I transmitted. This is Derek, civilian. I'm in the Cascades. Is this real? Is Fort Lewis secure? I waited. The message repeated. I transmitted again. Please respond. I need confirmation. Is anyone there? The message repeated. It's a recording. It has to be. But when was it made? Yesterday? Last week? A month ago? I don't know if Fort Lewis is still secure. Don't know if it ever was. Could be a trap. Could be overrun. Could be real. I'm going to keep monitoring. See if anything else comes through. Live voices, updates, anything that proves it's current. But part of me wants to believe. Wants to pack up and drive to Fort Lewis and find walls and soldiers and safety. The other part knows better. Day 30. A month. I've been in the bunker for a month. Feels longer. Feels like years. I'm in a routine now. Wake up. Check the trap. Clean any catch. Eat. Practice shooting. 10 rounds. Check the radio. Scan frequencies. Read. Maintain the bunker. Sleep. It's sustainable. For now. I've been thinking about the Fort Lewis message. I've heard it 17 times. Always the same. Same voice. Same words. Same pauses. It's definitely a recording. But I found something else. On frequency 21.385, I picked up a conversation. 2 people. Live. Real time. Grid marker 12. No contacts. Moving to 13. Copy. We're at 15. Structure here. Might be worth checking. Be careful. Last one was occupied. By what? You don't want to know. Then static. I tried to break in. Hello, this is Derek. I'm hearing your transmission. Where are you? Silence. I tried again. Please, respond. I'm alone. I need information. Nothing. They either didn't hear me or ignored me. Probably the latter. Smart. Don't talk to strangers. But it means people are out there. Organized, moving, searching for what? I've been thinking about leaving, about packing the truck, taking what I can carry, driving to Fort Lewis, or following those grid markers, finding whoever was talking. But I keep hesitating. This place is safe. Known. Out there is risk and uncertainty and probably death. I'm a coward. No, I'm cautious. There's a difference. I caught another rabbit today. The trap is consistent. I'm getting good at the killing. Fast, efficient. I don't think about their eyes anymore. I'm running low on propane. 16 tanks left. I'm using it sparingly, but it's going. I need to find more, or learn to cook without it. Fire, open flame, I've been reading about it. You need dry wood, kindling, a way to contain it. I could build a fire pit outside. But smoke. Smoke is visible, draws attention. I'd have to be careful. Only at night, only small fires. I'll practice, learn, add it to the skills. I'm becoming someone else. Someone who kills rabbits and monitors radios and plans for winter. Someone who checks ammunition counts and rations soup. Someone who sleeps with a rifle. I don't recognize myself anymore, but I'm alive. That's something. Day 35. I went to the sporting goods store. It took 2 days. 1 to scout, 1 to loot. The scouting was careful. I drove slow. Parked a mile away. Walked in. Watched the store from a distance. 2 hours. No movement. No infected. No people. The store was called Summit Outfitters. Big place. 2 stories. Parking lot empty except for 1 car. A Honda. Doors open. Blood on the seats. I approached slow. Rifle ready. The front entrance was smashed. Glass everywhere. I stepped through, listened. Silence. Inside was chaos. Shelves tipped, merchandise scattered. Someone had fought here, or looted in a hurry. But there was still stuff. Lots of it. I found fishing gear. Rod, reel. Tackle box with lures and hooks and line. I took it all. I found a hunting knife. Fixed blade. 8 inches, sharp. Better than the hatchet for detail work. I found cold weather gear. Insulated jacket, thermal pants, gloves, a balaclava, wool socks. I tried them on. They fit. I kept them. I found a tent. A real one. 4 season. I took it. Don't know if I'll use it, but it's good to have. I found batteries. Lots of them. A whole shelf untouched. I filled my backpack. I found a water filter. A handheld one. Backup for the bunker system. I was in there for an hour, maybe more. Loading up, I got greedy. Took too much. The backpack was bulging. I could barely lift it. That's when I heard the noise. Upstairs. A thump, like something fell. I froze, listened. Another thump, then dragging. Something heavy being moved. I should have left to run. But I didn't. I moved to the stairs. Looked up. The second floor was dark. Emergency exit signs glowing faint. I climbed. Slow. Each step careful. The stairs creaked. I stopped after each one. Listened. The dragging continued. Rhythmic. At the top I saw it. A man. Infected. He was dragging a mannequin, just pulling it across the floor. Over and over. He'd drag it 10 feet. Let go. Walk back. Pick it up. Drag it again. He hadn't noticed me. I backed down the stairs. 1 step. 2. The third creaked loud. He stopped. Turned. Looked right at me. I ran. Down the stairs. Through the store. Out the entrance. I didn't look back. I heard him behind me. Slow. Not running. Just following. Making sounds. Low moans. I got to the truck. Threw the gear in. Started the engine. He came out of the store. Walked toward me. Same slow pace. I drove off. He stood in the parking lot, watching. Until I turned a corner and he was gone. I'm back now. Safe. But I can't stop thinking about him. About what he was doing. Dragging that mannequin over and over. Like it meant something. Like he was trying to accomplish a task he no longer understood. They're not just hungry. They're broken. Whatever the infection does, it breaks something fundamental. leaves them with fragments, echoes of purpose. It's worse than I thought. Day 40. I've been fishing. The stream is good. Cold. Clear. I set up with the rod and tackle I got from Summit Outfitters. I don't know what I'm doing. Just casting and waiting. The book about fishing wasn't very detailed. I've caught 3 fish, small, maybe trout. I don't know fish species. They're silver with spots. They taste good cooked, better than rabbit. I'm supplementing now. Rabbit, fish, canned goods for variety. I'm down to 310 cans. Lasting longer than I thought. The weather is changing. Colder. I can see my breath in the mornings. The trees are different colors. Yellow, orange, red. It's beautiful. I'd forgotten beauty. I'm wearing the gear from the sporting goods store. The jacket is warm. The gloves help when I'm outside. I'm comfortable. For now. Winter is coming, though. Real winter. Snow. Ice. I need to prepare. I've been stockpiling firewood. Cutting dead branches with a hatchet. Stacking them near the bunker entrance. Enough for maybe a month of fires. I'll need more. I'm also thinking about insulation. The bunker is underground. Stays warmer than outside. But the entrance lets in cold air. I need to seal it better. I've been using the tarp from the tent. Hanging it inside the door. It helps. The solar panels are a concern. If they get covered in snow, I lose power. I'll have to climb up and clear them. Regularly. That's risky. But necessary. I'm planning. Preparing. It's what I do now. The radio has been active. I heard the grid marker conversation again. Different voices. Same structure. They're searching in a pattern. Methodical. Military. I transmitted. This is Derek. I hear you. I'm a civilian. Alone. I have supplies. I have shelter. I can help if you need it. Please respond. A voice came back. Male. Flat. Maintain radio silence. This frequency is for operational use only. If you're hearing this, you need to evacuate to the nearest safe zone. Fort Lewis, Fort Carson, McCord. Transmit your coordinates and we'll add you to the queue. I gave my coordinates. Read them off the GPS. The voice responded. Coordinates logged. Estimated retrieval time 14 to 18 months. Maintain your position. Ration supplies. Stay hidden. Do not engage infected. Do not engage other survivors unless absolutely necessary. Transmit weekly to confirm status. This is your only warning. Radio silence after this. Then static. 14 to 18 months. A year and a half. Maybe more. I'm on a list. Somewhere. Someone knows I'm here. They'll come. Eventually. If they survive. If I survive. If the world doesn't end completely before then. I wanted to scream. I wanted to ask questions. Why so long? Where are they? How many others are waiting? But the voice said radio silence. And I'm following orders now. Because orders mean structure. And structure means civilization. And civilization means hope. I'll transmit weekly. I'll stay hidden. I'll survive. 14 to 18 months. I can do that. Day 47. The first snow fell today. Just a dusting. Thin layer on the ground. It melted by noon. But it's a sign. Winter is here. I climbed up to the solar panels. Cleared them. No snow yet, but I checked the angle. Made sure nothing was blocking them. They're fine. I've been inside more. The cold makes outside work harder. My hands go numb fast, even with gloves. I'm rationing propane harder now. 1 tank has to last 2 weeks. I'm eating more cold food. More smoked rabbit. The fish I catch, I smoke too. It's not great, but it works. I caught a bigger rabbit yesterday. Almost 4 pounds. I'm getting better at identifying the good trails, the active ones. I've been reading more. The library has maybe 80 books, fiction mostly. Some technical manuals. I'm working through them. 1 per week, slowly, savoring them. Currently reading a Tom Clancy novel. It's about submarines and nukes and the Cold War. It feels quaint now. Those problems seem small, manageable, compared to this. I wonder if Clancy survived. Probably not. He was old, and old people went fast. The infection hit them harder. At least that's what I saw in those first days. The elderly, the sick. They turned faster, died faster. Or maybe they just couldn't run. I'm trying not to think about my parents. They lived in Arizona. I haven't thought about them in weeks. I don't want to. Because if I do, I'll have to accept that they're gone. And I'm not ready for that. The radio check-in is tomorrow. I'll transmit. Confirm status. Wait for acknowledgement. I'm following the rules. Being a good survivor. Staying on the list. Day 50. Radio check-in complete. I transmitted at 0800. This is Derek. Bunker coordinates 46.7234, minus 121.5467. Status green. Supplies adequate. No contacts. Requesting confirmation. I waited 10 minutes. A voice responded. Different from last time. Female. Derek acknowledged. Status logged. Maintain position. Next check-in 7 days. That was it. I'm on the list. I'm remembered. Someone out there knows I exist. It's a small comfort. But it's something. I've been thinking about other survivors, the ones not on the list, the ones who didn't hear the message, or heard it and ignored it, or can't get to a radio. How many are out there, hiding in bunkers and attics and basements, eating whatever they can find, slowly running out, slowly dying? How many are infected now? Wandering, mindless, acting out fragments of their old lives. How many are dead? I don't know. I'll never know. I've stopped keeping track of days by name. Monday, Tuesday. It doesn't matter anymore. I just count. Day 50, day 60, day 100. Numbers are cleaner, easier. I'm settling in. This is my life now. The bunker, the routine, the waiting. 14 to 18 months. I'm going to make it. Day 61. Something happened. I was outside checking the snare. Early morning, cold. Frost on the ground. I heard an engine, distant but unmistakable. A vehicle. Moving fast. I ran back to the bunker, grabbed the rifle, watched from the entrance. The sound got closer. Then I saw it. A truck, not mine, bigger. A F-250, covered in dents and mud. It was driving up the logging road, toward the fence, toward me. I stayed hidden, watched. The truck stopped at the fence. The gate. 2 people got out. A man and a woman. Both armed. The man had a shotgun. The woman had a pistol. They were looking at the gate. At the new chain? They talked. I couldn't hear what they said. The man tried the chain. Pulled on it. It held. The woman pointed. Up the fence line. Toward where the tree had fallen. Where I'd climbed over. They were going to find the bunker. I had a choice. Stay. Hidden. Hope they didn't find it. Or confront them. Make it clear this place is occupied. Defended. I chose confrontation. I stepped out. Rifle raised. Not aimed, just ready. I shouted. That's far enough. They spun, both weapons up, pointed at me. We stood there, 30 yards apart, guns raised, nobody moving. The man spoke first. Easy. We're not here to cause trouble. I didn't lower the rifle. Then why are you here? The woman answered. We're looking for supplies. We saw the fence. Thought there might be something inside. There is. It's mine. The man shifted. Look, we don't want to fight. We just need food, medicine. We've got a group. Kids, they're hungry. I didn't believe him. Or maybe I did. I couldn't tell. My hands were sweating on the rifle. Go somewhere else. The woman stepped forward. I raised the rifle. She stopped. Please, we've been searching for days. We're desperate. So am I. The man lowered his shotgun. Slowly. We're not asking for everything. Just some food, some medicine. We can trade. We have gas, tools, ammunition. I considered it. Trade. That's civilized. That's human. But it's also a risk. Let them in, and they might take everything. Kill me. Or come back with more people. Overwhelm me. I said no. I can't help you. Leave. The woman's face hardened. You're one person. We're two. We can take this place if we want. I aimed the rifle at her. Center mass. Try it. The man grabbed her arm. Jenny, don't. She shook him off but didn't move. We stared at each other. Tense. Seconds stretched. Finally, the man spoke. Okay, we're leaving. But you're making a mistake. You can't survive alone. Eventually, you'll need help, and you won't find it. They got back in the truck. Drove away. I watched until they were out of sight. I'm still shaking. I almost shot someone today. Someone who might have been telling the truth. Someone with kids. Someone desperate. But I didn't. I defended what's mine. I stayed safe. I think I did the right thing. I hope I did the right thing. Day 65. I can't stop thinking about them. The man and the woman. Jenny. I didn't get the man's name. What if they were telling the truth? What if there are kids, starving, sick? What if I'm a monster? No, I'm a survivor. There's a difference. But is there? I've been more cautious. I check the perimeter twice a day now. I keep the rifle close. I sleep lighter. Every noise wakes me up. They know about this place now. They might come back with more people, better weapons, a plan. I need to be ready. I've been reinforcing. I moved more shelves in front of the door, created a maze. If someone gets inside, they'll have to navigate it. Slow them down, give me time to react. I set up a secondary position, a spot behind a water tank with a clear view of the entrance. I keep extra ammunition there, and the pistol I found. I've been practicing with it. It's a Glock, 9mm, 15 rounds. I'm decent with it at close range. I'm preparing for war, against people who might just be hungry. This is what the world is now. The radio check-in was 2 days ago. I transmitted, got the same acknowledgement. Status logged, maintain position. I wanted to ask about the protocol for other survivors, how to handle encounters, but they said radio silence, operational use only. My problems aren't operational. I'm on my own. Day 73. They came back, 4 of them this time, the man and woman from before, plus 2 others, a younger man, maybe 20, and an older woman, 60s. They came during the day. I was inside. I heard the truck, looked out. They were at the fence again, the gate. The younger man had bolt cutters. He was cutting the chain. I grabbed the rifle, went to the entrance, shouted, "Stop now!" They looked up. The man from before stepped forward. "We need to talk." "No, leave." "We're not leaving. We cut a deal. We give you gas. You give us food. Fair trade." I aimed at him. I said no. The younger man dropped the bolt cutters, pulled a gun, a revolver, aimed at me. Now there were 2 guns, his and mine. The standoff again, but worse. More people, more weapons, more ways this goes wrong. The older woman stepped between us, hands up, empty. "Please stop, both of you. This isn't necessary." I didn't lower the rifle. "Tell him to leave?" She looked at me. "We have children, in the truck, 3 of them, under 10. They haven't eaten in 2 days. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to survive. Same as you." I wanted to believe her, but I couldn't see the truck from here. Couldn't confirm. Could be a lie. A manipulation. Show me. She nodded. Walked back to the truck. Opened the back door. 3 kids climbed out. Small, dirty, thin. They stood there looking at me. Real kids. Real hunger. I lowered the rifle. 1 bag. Canned goods. That's it. Then you leave and don't come back. The man nodded. Deal. We'll bring the gas. I went inside, grabbed a bag, filled it with cans, soup, vegetables, beans, 20 cans total, more than I could afford. But I did it anyway. I brought it out, set it on the ground, backed away. The younger man brought a gas can, 5 gallons, set it down, backed away. We stood there, 2 groups, staring. Then the man picked up the bag. I picked up the gas can. He nodded. Thank you. I didn't respond. Watched them get in the truck, drive away. I'm down to 290 cans now, and I have 5 gallons of gas I don't need. The truck tank is full. I don't know if I made the right choice, but I know I couldn't let those kids starve. Maybe I'm still human after all. Day 80. Winter is here. Real winter. It snowed yesterday. 6 inches. Everything is white. The trees, the ground, the solar panels. I climbed up and cleared them. My hands went numb in minutes. The ladder rungs were slippery. I almost fell. But I got it done. Power is holding steady. For now. The temperature dropped. It's below. Freezing outside. Inside the bunker, it's cold but manageable. Maybe 40 degrees. I'm wearing layers. The thermal gear from the sporting goods store. It helps. I've been burning firewood. Small fires outside the entrance at night. Cooking. Warming up. The smoke disappears into the trees. I hope. I'm eating less. 1 meal a day. The cans I gave away are hurting me. I'm down to 287 now. That's maybe 8 months. Less than I need. I'm hunting more. But the rabbits are scarce. The snow makes them harder to find. I've caught one in 2 weeks. I'm supplementing with fish, but the stream is partially frozen. I broke through the ice. Set a line. Nothing yet. I'm hungry. Not starving, but hungry. I think about food constantly. Imagine meals, pizza, burgers, fresh bread, things that don't exist anymore. The radio check-in was yesterday. I transmitted. Same acknowledgement, status logged. I wanted to ask how much longer, if the timeline had changed. But I didn't. I followed protocol. Radio, silence. 14 to 18 months. I started at 47 days. That means I'm at day 80 now. 33 days into the wait. 490 days remaining. Minimum. I can do this. I have to. Day 97. I found tracks. Human tracks. In the snow. Near the fence. Fresh. From this morning. 1 person. Boot prints. Size 10 maybe. They walked along the fence. Stopped at the gate. Then walked west. Following the perimeter. They didn't find the bunker. The snow covered the path. But they were looking. I don't know who. Could be the group from before. Could be someone new. Could be a scout for a larger group. I'm staying inside, watching, waiting. The rifle is loaded. The pistol is in my pocket. I'm ready. Nothing happened today. The tracks are still there. No new ones. Whoever it was is gone. Or hiding. I'm paranoid now. Every sound is a threat. Every shadow is a person. I'm not sleeping well. I'm down to 279 cans. I've been rationing harder. Half a can per meal. It's not enough. I'm losing weight. I can feel it. My pants are loose. My ribs are visible. I need to hunt more. Trap more. But I'm scared to go outside. Scared to leave the bunker undefended. I'm trapped in my own shelter. Day 105. The tracks are gone. Covered by new snow. I haven't seen anyone. Haven't heard anything. Maybe they left. Maybe they died. Maybe they're still out there, watching. don't know. I've been going outside again. Short trips. I reset the snare. Check the fishing line. Gather firewood. I caught a rabbit. Small. Maybe 2 pounds. I smoked half. Ate half. I'm still hungry. The solar panels are a constant problem. It snows every other day. I have to clear them. It's exhausting, dangerous, but necessary. One day I'm going to fall. I can feel it. The ladder is icy. My hands are weak. One slip and I'm dead. Or injured. Which is the same thing out here. But I keep climbing. Because I need power. Need the radio. Need the lights. Need the laptop for information. I'm surviving. Barely. Day 112. Radio check-in. Same routine. Same acknowledgement. I asked a question this time. Broke protocol. This is Derek. Status green. Supplies low. Requesting update on retrieval timeline. Silence. Then, Derek. Maintain position. Timeline unchanged. 14 to 18 months from initial contact. You're at day 65 of the wait. 400 days minimum remaining. Ration accordingly. 400 days. More than a year. I'm not going to make it. The math doesn't work. I have 268 cans. Call it 260 accounting for loss. That's 8 months at current usage. I need 13. I need to hunt more, fish more, find other food sources. Or I need to take risks, go back to towns, loot more stores, find other bunkers, other caches. Or I need to leave. Drive to Fort Lewis. Find the safe zone, if it still exists. But the voice said, maintain position, stay hidden, wait for retrieval. I'm following orders, even though it might kill me. Because what else do I have? Day 128, I found berries, frozen, on bushes near the stream. I don't know what kind. The survival guide has a section on edible plants. I compared. Best match is Saskatoon berries. Edible. Nutritious. Not poisonous, I hope. I ate a handful. Waited 6 hours. No symptoms. No stomach pain. No vomiting. I went back. Picked more. Filled a can. Brought them to the bunker. I've been rationing them. A few per day. They're tart. Almost bitter. But they're food. It's not enough, though. I'm still losing weight. Still hungry. Still cold. I'm burning through firewood faster than I can gather it. The cold is brutal. Some nights it drops below 0. I huddle by the fire, wrapped in every layer I own. Shivering. The bunker helps. Underground insulation. But the entrance is a weak point. Cold air seeps in. I've tried sealing it better. More tarps, more layers. It's not perfect. I'm thinking about blocking it completely. Sealing myself in, using the ventilation system and the hatch, never leaving. But that's a trap. If something happens, if I need to run, I'd be stuck. I'm staying flexible, for now. Day 141. The solar panels are covered, buried under a foot of snow. I can't reach them. The storm was too much, too fast. Power is draining. The battery bank is at 30%. I've shut down non-essentials. No laptop. No lights except one LED. The radio only for check-ins. I'm conserving. Rationing power like I ration food. It's dark in here. Cold. I sit in the dark and listen to the ventilation hum and try not to think about freezing to death. The storm lasted 3 days. It's clear now. I need to climb up, clear the panels. But my hands are frostbitten. Fingers black at the tips. They hurt. I wrap them, use the medical supplies, antibiotics to prevent infection. I can't climb like this, can't grip the ladder. I have to wait. Let them heal, hope the battery lasts. I'm down to 241 cans. I've been eating less, half a meal per day. The hunger is constant, a gnawing ache. I dream about food. Wake up chewing nothing. I caught a squirrel in the snare. First time. It's small. Barely any meat. But I'll take it. I'm surviving. Day by day. hour by hour. Day 153. Power is at 8%. I climbed up. Hands still hurt, but I managed. Cleared the panels. Came back down, waiting for charge. The battery bank is damaged, I think. It's not holding like it should. Even with clean panels, full sun. I'm getting maybe 50% capacity. That's not enough. I need to conserve more. But there's nothing left to cut. The radio is essential. The LED is essential. Everything else is already off. I'm going to lose power. Eventually. And then I'm in the dark. Permanently, I need a backup plan. I've been reading by firelight. The survival manual. There's a section on primitive living. No electricity. No modern tools. Just fire and stone and knowledge. I can do that. I've been doing it. But it's harder, slower, more dangerous. I'm preparing mentally. For when the lights go out. For when the radio dies. For when I'm truly alone. Day 160. Radio check-in. Battery at 6%. I used it for the transmission. Got the acknowledgement. 305 days remaining. Minimum. 10 months. I'm not going to make it. I know that now. The food won't last. The power won't last. I won't last. But I'm trying. Every day I wake up and I try. I hunt. I gather. I ration. I survive. That's all I can do. I've been thinking about the secondary cache. The one in the logbook, 40 miles northeast. GPS coordinates logged. If I leave now, take the truck, I could get there. Maybe. If the roads are clear. If I have enough gas. The cache might have food, supplies, power, everything I need. Or it might be empty, looted, destroyed, a waste of gas and time. And risk. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, weighing options. Stay here and slowly starve, or risk everything for a chance. Day 174. I'm leaving. I've decided. I'm going to the secondary cache. It's my only option. I've been preparing, loading the truck. I'm taking the rifle, the pistol, ammunition, the medical kit, 1 week of food, the map, the GPS tools, everything I can fit. I'm leaving the bunker intact. If this doesn't work, if I don't find the cache, I'll come back, try to survive here. But I don't think I will. This is a one-way trip. Probably, I'm scared. More scared than I've been since this started. But I'm also hopeful. For the first time in months. Maybe the cache is real. Maybe it's stocked. Maybe I'll survive. I'm leaving at dawn, following the coordinates. 40 miles. 2 hours in good conditions. Double that in winter. In the mountains. With abandoned cars and snow and infected. I might not make it, but I have to try. Day 175. I'm writing this from the truck, parked on a ridge, overlooking the valley. I left the bunker at dawn, locked the broken door, said goodbye, drove down the logging road, through the fence, onto the highway. The roads are worse than I thought. Snow and ice, abandoned cars everywhere. I've been weaving through them. Slow progress. I've seen infected, groups of them, wandering. They don't notice the truck, or they do and can't catch me. I'm not stopping. I'm 15 miles in, halfway. The gas gauge is dropping faster than I'd like. The truck is working hard, low gear, constant acceleration and braking. I might not have enough gas, but I'm committed now. The mountains are beautiful. White peaks, blue sky, quiet, peaceful. If I ignore the bodies, the wrecks, the signs of collapse. I found a gas station. Stopped to siphon. The pumps are dry, but there were cars. I got maybe 2 gallons. Enough. I'm continuing. The coordinates are 25 miles. Ahead. Up. Into higher elevation. I hope the cache is there. I hope it's real. Day 176. I found it. The secondary cache. It's real. It's here. I'm inside now. Writing this. hands still shaking from the adrenaline. The drive was hell. The last 10 miles were barely a road, just a path. Snow 3 feet deep. I had to engage four-wheel drive. The truck struggled, slipped, almost got stuck twice, but I made it. The cache is smaller than the bunker. A single room carved into a cliff face. Steel door, locked. But I have tools now, and desperation. It took an hour to break in, prying, hammering. The lock finally gave. The door swung open. Inside is supplies, food, water, medicine, ammunition, solar battery packs, portable. Charged by panels outside. There's enough here for 6 months, maybe more. I'm saved. I'm sitting here eating. A can of stew, hot. Cooked on a portable stove. Propane. There are 10 tanks. I'm warm. I'm fed. I'm alive. I'm going to stay here. Make this my new base. The bunker is too far. Too hard to maintain. This place is better. Smaller. Easier to defend. And it's stocked. I'll radio in at the next check-in. Update my coordinates. Reset the timeline. I made it. Against all odds. I made it. Day 190. I've been at the cache for 2 weeks. It's everything I needed. The food is lasting. The power is consistent. The location is secure. I'm recovering, gaining weight, healing. My fingers are better. The frostbite is fading. I've been exploring the area. There's a creek nearby. Frozen, but I can break the ice. Fish underneath. I've caught several. Trout. Good size. There's game too. Deer tracks. I've been practicing with the rifle. I'm better now. Confident. I haven't seen infected. This elevation might be too high, too cold. Or they're just elsewhere. I've seen smoke, though, in the distance, west. Maybe 10 miles. Smoke means fire. Fire means people. I'm not approaching. Not yet. I'm stable here. Safe. I don't need complications. The radio check-in was yesterday. I updated my coordinates. The voice acknowledged. Derek. New position logged. Timeline reset. 14 to 18 months from today. Maintain position. The clock started over. 420 days. Minimum. I can do it now. I have supplies. I have shelter. I have hope. I'm going to survive this. Day 203. Someone came to the cache. I was outside, checking the snares. I heard voices. 2 people. Talking. Close. I hid. Watched from behind a rock outcrop. A man and a woman. Different from the ones before. Younger. Early 20s maybe. They were armed. Rifles. Backpacks. Moving with purpose. They found the cache door. Examined it. The woman said something. I couldn't hear. The man tried the door. It's locked. I locked it from inside with a deadbolt I installed. They talked more. Then started working on the door. Prying. Same as I did. I had a choice. Confront them or wait. See what happens. I confronted them. Stepped out. Rifle raised. Stop! They spun. Weapons up. Aimed at me. Another standoff. The woman spoke first. This is our cache. We built it. You're trespassing. I didn't lower the rifle. No, this belongs to JB. The log says so. And JB isn't here. I am. The man shook his head. JB was my uncle. He died 6 months ago. This is family property. You need to leave. I processed that. JB dead. These people are family. They have a claim. Legitimate. But I need this place. I'll die without it. I can't leave. I don't have anywhere to go. The woman stepped forward. I tightened my grip. She stopped. We're not going to shoot you. But we need this cache. We have people, a community, 30 survivors, kids, elderly. We need the supplies. 30 people, a community, real civilization, structure, safety. Where? The man pointed west. 10 miles, an old resort. We fortified it. It's safe, organized. We have food, medicine. We're rebuilding. I wanted to believe him. Wanted it so bad. But I've been lied to before. Threatened before. Prove it. The woman lowered her rifle. Slowly. Come with us. See for yourself. If you don't like it, you can leave. We won't stop you. I considered. Weighed the risks, the benefits, a community, people, safety, or a trap, a lie, death. I made a choice. Okay, I'll come. But I'm keeping my weapons. And if this is a trick, I'll defend myself. They nodded, lowered their weapons completely. We walked west, through the snow, through the trees. They talked, told me about the resort, about the survivors, about how they've organized rationing, security, farming, planning for the future. It sounded too good to be true. But when we crested the ridge, I saw it. Buildings, intact. Smoke from chimneys, people moving, working, a fence, guard towers, dogs barking, real civilization. I started crying, right there, in the snow, with two strangers watching, because it's real. People survived, organized, built something. I'm not alone anymore. I'm home. Day 210. I've been at the resort for a week. It's everything they said. 32 people now, including me, families, singles, young and old. We have structure, leadership, a council. Decisions made collectively. Everyone contributes. Everyone eats. I'm working security. My experience, my skills, the rifle. They need people who can shoot, who can stay calm, who understand the infected. I'm teaching others, training them, sharing what I learned. We're planning, long-term, spring planting, expansion, rescue missions for other survivors. The radio check-in was yesterday. I transmitted from the resort. We have better equipment, more power. I updated the voice, told them about the community, the coordinates. They acknowledged. Derek, community status logged, upgraded priority, retrieval timeline reduced, estimated 8 to 12 months. Maintain position, assist in, community defense and growth. Well done. 8 to 12 months, maybe less. And I'm not alone. I'm part of something. We're going to make it. All of us. Together. This is the end of the journal. The beginning of something new. My name is Derek. I'm 31 years old. I survived the apocalypse. And I found hope. If you're reading this, if you're out there, keep going, keep trying. You're not alone. We're rebuilding. We're surviving. Find us. Join us. There's still a future.